Today the plan is to actually do a little bit of car work. We're gonna work on the Volvo today. The blower motor for the heat stopped working on the way to Oregon last year. It's time to fix that. Last year, drove this from Omaha, Nebraska to Oregon. Around, I think, 3,600 miles round trip. Went there for the Overcrest Rally. One of the weird things about this year of Volvo 142 is the heater valve is vacuum controlled. So you need engine vacuum, which usually is anytime you're under, part throttle, light throttle, the engine creates vacuum and you get heat. As we were driving through mountains, high elevation on Interstate 80 speeds, which out west is 80 miles an hour in some areas. Just the previous Weber carb setup, it just did not have a lot of power. And so it spent several days in a row, mostly at foot to the floor, wide open throttle, which means no engine vacuum, which means practically no heat. I had the fan at full speed, even though it wasn't picking up any heat anyways. Apparently, it's a common thing with these where if you run the fan at high speed, it burns out the blower motor. So I've got a new one. We're gonna put it in. I don't think it's gonna be too bad of a job. We're gonna at least start that today. It'd be nice to get to the point where we get the old motor out and then maybe pick up on putting the new motor in another day, but that's the plan at least. Oh, thank goodness. There we go. So we've got to remove this center console piece. At the minimum, the sides, I think it is going to be easy to just take the whole front out. Make sure, disconnect the battery. One of the things modern cars do a lot better than old cars, using plugs, not just relying on like terminals plugged in, individual wires plugged into individual things. It's annoying because then you have to keep track of every wire and where it goes. That is making this a little spooky. Take these side brackets off, then I'll have full access here. This is the point in the program where I do kind of wonder, is this more complex than I thought? I know that this motor is basically sitting in the middle here. I'm just trying to figure out, can I actually get to that? Do I have to take this entire thing out? All right, things have kind of gotten more out of hand than expected here, but we got the glove box out, which gives me pretty good access to this side. I think I'm gonna just start popping hoses off and taking these clips off and see what's in here. I'm getting to a point where I feel like this is not possible. This is loose. This dash vent or defrost vent is keeping me from getting this out. So I think this needs to come off, but there's a screw on the back side that's in like an impossible place. Definitely doesn't seem as easy as I was led to believe. What a pain. I just kind of jiggled this until that came loose. More to take off, I guess. Oh yeah, that's not spinning great. So I'm to the point where I pulled the fan off and I'm looking in here. A bunch of wires coming off of this motor. This new motor has just 2 wires off of it. How am I gonna wire it? So this is my second attempt at installing this motor. And the first one, I realized very quickly before even taking things apart that I ordered the wrong one. It's a little confusing because this car doesn't have air conditioning, but looking at all of the manuals and parts books, the heater box is one for an air conditioning car. So I don't know if that's a 73, 74, they're like the oddball years. But even then, like looking at the parts manuals for those, this is a non-AC car, so it should have a different heater box than it has in it. So I ordered one for a non-AC car, but it has a different style heater box than I have, so I got the wrong motor. So I returned that, and now I've ordered this one. Like the size, the mounts, the way the fans install, all of that looks right, but the wiring now is not. I'm gonna have to figure out what is going on there. I might still try and keep going just to get this motor all the way out so I can actually put my eyes on it and see like what is going on. This is the frustrating part about having kind of an oddball car. It's getting out of control. Things got way more out of hand. So the whole gauge cluster's out. All the like dash supports are out. Having to pull different vents. And I still don't have the right motor, so hopefully I can get one. I'm glad that it's out. I can look at the part number on it and see if it's even made anymore. Might be able to find some tutorial on just using this 2-wire one instead of this 5-wire one. I'd kind of like to not wait for parts, but I think no matter what, I'm either going to need a different switch or I'm going to need a different motor. The joys of owning oddball cars. This got way more out of hand than I was ever planning on. So some good news. Spent a little bit of time looking online. These earlier cars used this 5-wire blower motor because it has the blower motor resistor built into it. Later cars, they went to an external resistor. It should be easy to convert from the early 5-wire motor to the new 2-wire motor. It just means I have to get some parts. FCP Euro has them. VP Auto Parts has them. You can even get them on Amazon, but I just get a little nervous about, you know, when something on Amazon costs like 1/4 the price. It's also like a pain to replace this, and so I kind of want to get a part that I know is going to last a while. So I'm going to order some parts, and we'll see you soon. Hey, good evening. So it's not even 6 o'clock at night, and it's already dark. Just fall time of year in the Northern Hemisphere, I guess, but we are on our way to go visit Jeremy Tate, the detailer. One of the things I've been working with Jeremy on lately is for a couple different special vehicles that he's done detailing work on. We have recreated some decals, made some custom license plates, that sort of thing. So one of the things I do as a designer, I have graphic design skills, and so I've been using those to design custom decals and stickers for people over the past several years. Want some radical looking sticker, or some sticker that looks like it could have been OEM but has your custom builds information on it, or if it's a sticker that is an original sticker and you can't find it and you are just wanting to recreate it. That's something that I can do. And so we are heading out to the shop that he works out of. It's a really cool place. We'll go out there and take some measurements and some photos, and then we'll head back and work on digitizing them, and then I'll print and laminate them and cut them out and get them to them. They should look like you know, some high quality original stickers once we're done. So here we are at Greg's garage. This is where Jeremy details out of. Got a pretty cool collection in here. Got a Porsche 912, a Westy van again with pop top and full camper inside. V8 swapped Vanagon here. It's got racing harnesses on every seat. It's got a small block Chevy in the back, and he does legit race this on the road course. It's pretty wild. Got a couple Impalas over here. 66 with 26,000 miles on it.
Yes.
And a 62 with 40,000 miles on it. If you ever look up any of our old Lowdown Labs photos and videos, there's some cool photos with this in there over in Greg's other garage next door. That's pretty wild. It's got a fireplace in it. It looks like it's taking photos inside of a living room or something. But this is what we are taking a look at today.
So this is a 2000 Civic Si. Spent most of its life in Northern California. Like every project, this one's turned into a snowball. Front and rear bumper repainted. And then Sean's gonna remake some stickers for those. Detail all the engine compartment and chassis components. Kind of mid-stride on that. I've got this side. Paint correction's just about done on this side. Pull the OEM headlights, put Civic Type R headlights in it, and that's kind of the point you're seeing it now. So the engine's built, it's revs to 9,500, 13-to-1 compression, tuned for pump gas.
I remember the cool guy in high school that had a blue one of these, and everyone was so jealous of it. My dad had a 97 4-door, just a plain DX, I think it was. That's what I learned to drive on, and yeah, these are cool, and it's cool that they're coming back, and this one is stupid clean. So Jeremy and I are gonna look at some OEM stickers that we're gonna replicate, just try and make it look really clean and polished, and maybe do some stuff with the gauge cluster. It revs to 9,500 RPM, and the tach doesn't go that high. So there are some aftermarket options, but they look pretty aftermarket. We might see if we can create something, or I might edit all that out if I can't find anything. But I don't know if I have something that I feel totally confident in, but at least something to look into. So we'll see.
I had filled this pan with probably a quart of 90 weight fluid. So this was half full. I'm doing this, knocking it off. It falls in here, goes push, throws it up into my face, my hair, my glasses, these jeans, which I've actually washed, but it didn't come out. I'm covered with it. It's all over this, it's all over these tools, it's everywhere. Then it falls in the pan, goes like this, and the rest of it's all over the floor. So I got 90 weight fluid everywhere. Building disc brakes to put on this thing.
Nice.
Yeah, it's a whole process of pulling off the hub and machining a rotor on the back of it, and then building a plate to hold the caliper. This rotor is bolted to the back of this hub.
Okay.
And so that's the same situation we're going to create with this. We've pulled the hub on that rear actually looks just like this. So we found the rotor that we're putting on the back is 2000, and I think it ended up being a 16 Mercedes Sprinter. And so we machined this hub flat so that this rotor can bolt to it. And then I built a bracket out of wood, and Justin's making it out of metal to put this bracket in the back.
You want to give me a 30-second rundown on what the heck this even is and what's behind you?
Believe it or not, this is a Volkswagen. This is a 1987, as you can see, LT40. They made LT28s, LT30s, LT35s, and those were all two-wheel drive vehicles. When you got into the 40s and the 45s and 50s, this is a four-wheel drive vehicle. A 45 is this same vehicle, only it's dual rear wheels. This was a little 6-cylinder gas with a 5-speed. We stuck a Chevy 6-liter V8 LS in it with a 4L80 overdrive transmission. It's got seats out of a Chrysler minivan, front and rear. Plus it's a full camper. It's got instant hot water, shower, you name it, it's got it. This is a 1967 Flxible. Flxible's been making buses since 1924, so this is their 100th year anniversary. It was painted white and this was red. We stripped it. It also has a 6-liter LS in it. Here's the bathroom. Shower. Instead of typically a camper this size would have a toilet in the shower, a wet bath, this has got a separate one. And it's also got a door when you're camping.
Nice.
Goes off the front of the truck to the camper. Dinette that turns into a bed back here. All the fuse panel. It's got a furnace, refrigerator, microwave. It's got a radio back here and a radio up front. All the dash came out of a 1-ton Chevy van, so that dash and all the instrument cluster is out of the same van. And all the computers that came out of that van are buried in this thing somewhere.
Very cool.
Yeah, and it sounds good. I don't have any use for it because when we go on the Volkswagen trips, you got to take a Volkswagen, which is the red thing behind you. We're going to sell this. I'm probably going to put it on Bring a Trailer in the spring. We got to do one more thing to it. Jeremy's got to figure out whether or not he wants to put ceramic or Cerakote. It has nothing on it right now. It's just raw aluminum. But it's totally been restored. The body was off the frame. That's what this wood framework is here. You take these and you walk them out to the end. We pulled the body off the frame, took the frame out, sandblasted it, painted it, all new brake drums, all new brake lines, everything's brand new. Tie rod ends, put everything new on it, and then put the body back down, and then built the camper out of it.
Thanks for showing us around.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, welcome back. We are back to working on the stickers. So we got a few different things that we're making. These top ones are VIN tag stickers that go on those bumpers that are getting repainted on that Civic Si. Get those bumpers repainted, but keep them pretty original. So we digitized those VIN tags, and then a bunch of just Detailed by Tate logo stickers. Peel the backing off the laminate. There we go, laminated. And we'll load it up. While that's going, I thought I'd show you some examples of other stickers we've made. So I had a Suzuki Cappuccino and it needed some stickers reproduced. So there's these that show up under the hood, and yes, it's all in Japanese because it was an imported car, but we also created translated versions of them. So it has a bunch of information on like engine timing and maintenance stuff, just kind of your general tune-up. Same thing on the gas door. There's these little tags. We recreated them in English also. There we go. Recreated them in English also. It's on the car already, but I just made one for the Volvo to replace engine bay decal that lists off all of the aftermarket parts that I put on the engine. So if I ever break down and need an ignition coil or a sensor, it's all listed in the engine bay for me. And to someone just glancing by, it looks like a OEM sticker. We also, have just a bunch of other stickers that I've made. Some kind of cheeky, we salt our roads, our cars rust, we have bad potholes. Most of these stickers are available at garage531.com. Design some different stickers for them. So if you are interested in any of these, you can go there and get one. This is one of our older projects, my older projects, I guess. Helped with a Volkswagen bus, a split window bus. I forget the year, 60s, but it's a special camper package and we couldn't get these stickers anywhere. So this is actually one of the first things that I recreated and produced. I've done a few things for Greg, like we saw on his LT40. His V8 van again has a sticker in the engine bay that I did. If anyone needs any custom stickers, reproduction stickers, let me know and we can get some made for you. All right, I got them cut out. We got those VIN tags and we've got a whole bunch of Detailed by Tate stickers here. Boom. So that is it for now. We're waiting on a couple parts to finish the blower motor in the Volvo. I think the resistor is supposed to be here tomorrow, and then the switch doesn't come till Monday, but the switch I can do last. So next time I see you, I'll be putting all that back together and we'll go from there. But until then, thanks for watching. Hope to see you soon.